We are back at the Simone Museum looking at their incredible collection of vintage racing cars. Right in front of me right now is an Allard, and we have a Corvette Grand Sport, one of the only roadsters. So we're going to look at the plaque here in a second of this 1951 Allard. You've got to hear one of these cars start up if you haven't. There's nothing like it. Go ahead and pause it here. This is a 5.4 liter, 160 horsepower Cadillac V8. It only weighs 1,700 pounds. Think about that for a second. Doesn't sound like a lot of horsepower, but that's not a lot of weight either. So Watkins Glen Road Racing. And as I've said in previous videos, we've done a few videos here now at the Simone Museum. Each section has a theme, and everything is period correct in each section. It's pretty amazing. This is some World War II plaque right there that explains about the Allard and some of the races. Look at that Grand Sport. Now that is beautiful. I think they only made 2 roadsters. We're going to find out here in a second. But this is all original, unrestored. You can see a little bit of patina. I guess it makes through it on the video. You can definitely see it in person in the museum, some of the patina. Beautiful car, really cool. I mean, it is... Wow, look at that thing. 1963 Corvette Grand Sport, number 2. Those tires, the bias ply tires, got the stickers. Everything on here has been on this car since 1962. Raked windshield there, 2,100 pounds roughly. We're going to look at the plaque here in a second. Look at the size difference though, because the Grand Sport is not a big car, but it is bigger than the Allard. If we look at the Allard. Got the racing suit in the back. Here's our plaque. Go ahead and pause it. 425 horsepower from the L88 7 liter. Nothing in the world sounds like this thing, I tell you. 2,150 pounds. One of 5 built, and it's the most original Grand Sport. So this is one of the most valuable Corvettes on the planet. Pretty incredible. I have seen one other Grand Sport from '63 at Greenwich Concourse, and it's owned by the Revs Institute in Naples, Florida. So if you're ever down there, go check out the Revs Institute. It's an incredible place as well. So I hear. I've seen some of their cars at shows, but I haven't actually been. I do plan to get down there soon, hopefully. See, this is a big warehouse here, and they drive the cars, they move them around. What do we have there in the middle? Now the yellow car here, I can't tell you much about this other than what it says in the plaque. 1937 Cord, supercharged, V8, 190 horsepower. Must be kind of fun to drive something like that. I've never driven anything like that. I think the oldest car I have driven is probably like a 1970s Camaro, so I haven't driven anything like what they have here in this museum. I'm trying to think. I can't think. Maybe I've driven something older. I think that's about it. Maybe some muscle cars. Maybe a Chevelle from the 70s, but nothing from the 60s. So Bonneville Salt Flats, where they have those high-end top speed races. That's the theme over here. And we've got this. And we've got the Shelby Daytona Coupe right next to it, which is unfreaking believable. This thing is unrestored, all original, the only one like it in the world. God only knows what this car would sell for. I mean, if 2 whales wanted it, it could easily go for 50, 100 million, who knows. Whatever 2 billionaires that are passionate about cars that get into a bidding war, that's all it would take. Okay, this talks about the top speed races at the Bonneville Salt Flats. 10-mile circle, cars could run at top speed for long periods, set speed and endurance records. Look at that thing. Look at the bias ply race tires. Look at the cockpit. It's such an iconic profile here, and think of what this is inspired. This inspired the Dodge Viper, obviously. Go ahead and pause it. 4.7 liter, 385 horsepower. V8, obviously. Weber carburetors. Only 6 of these were made. And this is believed, I think, to be the only one that's still unrestored and all original. I don't know why it's not on the plaque, but that's what I was told when I was there. And since visiting this museum, this was actually last March, I have a new appreciation for unrestored and all original. I mean, there's just something about it that I can't explain. I mean, I'm a neat freak. I love super nice cars with perfect paint, perfect condition, show quality cars, garage queens. But there's something about this class where it's banged up a little bit, but it works. It just works so well. It's a work of art. Love those wheels. I love the Goodyear tires. I say that in every video of the classic sports car about how I love the tires. Look at the exhaust. Even the exhaust is really showing its age. You can really see the patina here. God, does this thing sound like nothing else? And there are lots of replicas of this, but I tell you, they cannot make it like this for some reason. It's just, you cannot recreate something like this. You can, and it's still amazing and a lot of fun, but when you see something like this in person, you understand, you get it. And we have a black Shelby Cobra, I believe, an early Cobra. We'll take a look at the plaque here in a second. Looks great in black. This one looks very clean. All right, embarrassing. It's not a Cobra. It's a 1954 Austin Healey. I just assumed it was a Cobra because it was next to the Daytona Coupe. But whatever, I'm not going to edit it out. I'm not a car expert. I'm just a big fan. So hopefully you guys can appreciate that. I don't want to be the guy that knows everything anyway. It's too boring. More fun this way. So that's the Austin Healey, which I don't know much about. For some reason from the back it reminded me of the Cobra. Some of the early Cobras do look a little similar. And then we have the poster of the Daytona Coupe back when it was at the Bonneville Salt Flats setting speed records back in the 60s. Really cool vintage photography here. And right next to that, there is a plaque about the Simone Museum winning an award. I think it won the best automotive museum in the United States, or maybe in the world. And it's got to be up there. It's an amazing place. Got to visit this place. And we're about out of time here, so the Daytona Coupe, would you rather have that or the Corvette Grand Sport? Out of those two, what would you take and why? Comment below. And that's about it for today, guys. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.